Did you know the last 30 seconds before you leave can decide whether your cat feels calm or emotionally stressed for hours? Most owners accidentally trigger anxiety without realizing it, just by the way they say goodbye. But scientists discovered one simple 30-second habit that makes cats feel safer, calmer, and more connected to you after you leave. So by the end, let me know how many of these you already do with your cat. Now, let's uncover what your cat needs before you leave. Number 1. Leave one unwashed item with your scent. Your cat doesn't miss you quietly, they search. The moment that door closes, they go looking, sniffing the floor, checking your chair, circling the spot where you stood, and if they find nothing, their nervous system doesn't settle, it panics. A 2019 study in applied animal behavior science proved it. Cats left with their owner's scent showed dramatically lower stress indicators. Less hiding, less crying, more normal eating. One worn t-shirt placed in their favorite spot. That's it. Your scent doesn't just comfort your cat, it tells them something. It says, I was here, I'm coming back. You are safe, 0 cost, 30 seconds, hours of calm. But here's what shocks most owners. Your scent alone isn't enough. There's something your cat desperately needs for their body while you're gone, and almost no one provides it. Hide a few treats around the room before you leave. Be honest. When you leave, your cat has nothing to do. And a bored cat isn't a relaxed cat. It's a cat whose brain is slowly turning against itself. Veterinary behaviorists call this predatory frustration, and it's the hidden cause behind most destructive behavior owners blame on bad personality. A study from the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery confirmed that cats given foraging opportunities showed significantly lower anxiety markers than cats left with food in a bowl. Hiding treats activates your cat's hunting instinct, and a cat that hunts doesn't panic. That mental engagement can last hours, but here's what almost no owner realizes. It's not just the body you need to keep busy. There's something happening inside your cat's ears right now that's causing more stress than you know. Do a 60-second connection reset before you even think about leaving. Most owners walk in, drop their bag, and immediately start getting ready to go out again. Your cat notices every single time, and every time you do it, their nervous system logs it. Departure is chaos. Departure is unsafe. Before your routine even begins, sit down for 60 seconds, no phone, no distraction, and let your cat come to you. Don't force it, just be present. A landmark study from Oregon State University proved that cats form secure attachment bonds with their owners, just like human children do with parents. That 60-second window of genuine calm activates your cat's secure attachment response. They settle, they trust, they wait without anxiety. But even a perfect connection reset has one gap that almost every owner misses, and it happens in the sound you leave behind. Leave specific background sound playing. You probably leave the TV on thinking it helps. It doesn't? Not always. Loud dialogue, sudden sound effects, aggressive music. These spike your cat's stress response in ways you can't see, but your cat absolutely feels. Researchers at the University of Wisconsin found that cats respond positively to species-appropriate music, sounds built around feline hearing frequencies, reducing anxiety vocalizations by up to 67%. Your cat's ears have 32 muscles. They never fully switch off. What they hear while you're gone shapes their emotional state hour by hour. Give them something calm. Give them something safe. But here's what no one tells you. Even perfect sound can't fix what happens when your cat looks up and realizes they can't see anything worth living for. Position one chair near a window before you leave. Think about what your cat does all day while you're gone. And now, think about whether they can actually see anything. Cats are crepuscular hunters. Their entire psychology is built around watching, tracking, observing movement. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Veterinary Science found that cats with window access showed measurably lower cortisol levels than cats in visually restricted environments. Birds, leaves, people walking by. To your cat, that window is television, therapy, and survival training, all in one. Moving a chair close enough costs you nothing. But here's the part that will genuinely surprise you. It's not just what your cat sees that determines their stress level while you're gone. It's something about the way you leave that your cat is absorbing before you even reach the door. Never rush your exit. Here's what most owners get completely wrong. They grab their bag, rush to the door, fumble with keys, and that frantic energy? Your cat absorbs every single bit of it. Researchers found that cats mirror their owner's emotional state through emotional contagion, the same biological process documented in human infants. When you leave in a panic, your cat's heart rate elevates. Their body enters a stress response that can last hours, long after you've forgotten you were even in a hurry. But when you move slowly, deliberately, calmly, your cat's nervous system reads it as, this is safe, this is normal. 30 extra seconds. That's the entire cost. But what your cat experiences after you close that door, in the silence, is something almost no owner prepares them for. Always leave at least 2 rooms accessible. You leave, you close a few doors, seems harmless, right? But for your cat, losing access to space isn't an inconvenience, it's a threat. Cats are territorial animals whose stress response is directly wired to spatial control. Research from applied animal behavior science shows that cats in restricted environments, even comfortable ones, display significantly higher stress behaviors: over-grooming, hiding, appetite loss. Your cat needs to feel like they own the space while you're gone. 2 open rooms minimum. That territorial control keeps their nervous system regulated for hours. But here's what no one tells you. Space alone isn't enough if your cat's body was never prepared for the absence in the first place. And that preparation has to start the night before. Do a gentle head-to-tail stroke the night before a long absence. Most owners think cats don't notice when a longer absence is coming. They're completely wrong. Cats are hyper-attuned to routine changes, packing bags, altered schedules, unusual energy in the house. They feel it hours before you leave. So the night before, spend 2 minutes doing a slow, firm head-to-tail stroke along your cat's spine. Research published in Physiology and Behavior confirmed this specific stroking pattern activates the parasympathetic nervous system in cats, the biological calm-down switch. You're not just showing affection, you're physically preloading calm into your cat's nervous system before the stress even arrives. Think about that. But here's what this stroke alone can't do. There's something your cat experiences the moment you walk back through that door that either heals or deepens every hour of stress they just lived through. Never ignore your cat for the first 5 minutes after you return. You walk in the door, you're tired. Bag down, phone out, glass of water, and your cat is right there, waiting, watching, and you walk straight past them. Here's what that does neurologically. Your cat spent hours in a mild stress state, and the reunion moment is exactly when their nervous system is primed to reset. Missing it doesn't just hurt their feelings, it locks them in that stress state longer. Research in animal cognition shows that cats who receive immediate calm acknowledgement upon return settle significantly faster than those who are ignored. 2 minutes. Get down to their level, let them sniff you, let them rub against you. That ritual is biological, and it resets everything. But here's what most owners don't realize. How you touch your cat in those 2 minutes matters just as much as the fact that you did. Use a specific return greeting. Touch every single time. Be honest, do you greet your cat the same way every time you come home? Probably not. But here's what that inconsistency costs you. Cats don't just want affection, they want predictable affection. Their nervous system is designed to find safety in repetition. A study in behavioral processes found that cats showed significantly lower post-separation stress markers when reunions included consistent tactile rituals. 2 fingers offered for nose contact, a slow scratch behind the ears, versus unpredictable affection. Your cat doesn't need more love. They need love they can count on, a ritual they can anticipate. Because here's the truth that ties every single thing on this list together, and most cat owners never figure this out until it's too late. Understand that every departure is a trust test. Every single time you walk out that door, your cat runs one silent calculation. Did they come back last time? Will they come back this time? This isn't drama. This is attachment biology. Research from Oregon State University found that cats with attentive, consistent owners develop secure attachment. They explore freely, stress less, recover faster. But cats with inconsistent owners develop anxious attachment, on edge, overdependent, destructive. Every small thing on this list adds up to one message your cat's nervous system needs to receive. I see you. I'm coming back. You are safe. Drop a number in the comments. How many of these are you already doing? Be honest, but don't stop here. Because what your cat experiences in the first 20 minutes after you leave is something almost no owner ever thinks about. Place your cat's favorite toy near the door before you leave. When did you last think about what your cat does the moment that door closes? Most owners assume cats just curl up and sleep. They don't. Not right away. The first 20 minutes after departure are the peak anxiety window. Researchers at the University of Edinburgh found that cats left with a familiar scent-marked toy near the exit point showed significantly faster post-departure settling than cats without one. Why near the door? Because that's exactly where your cat goes first, sniffing, searching, processing your absence. A familiar toy in that spot gives their brains something to anchor to, something that smells like play, not loss. But a toy can only do so much, because there's something your cat's predatory brain desperately needs that a toy alone cannot satisfy. Set up a simple puzzle feeder before every departure. You fill your cat's bowl and walk out. That bowl is empty in 4 minutes. And then your cat has nothing. For hours. Here's what that silence does. A cat with unoccupied predatory energy doesn't relax. They redirect, scratching, yowling, knocking things over. These aren't personality problems. They're a brain with nothing to hunt. A 2021 study in animal cognition found that cats using puzzle feeders showed lower post-feeding restlessness and dramatically reduced stress vocalization. Working for food satisfies something ancient in your cat's brain. It tells them the hunt was successful, the day had purpose. And a cat who feels purposeful sleeps deeply. But here's what puzzle feeders cannot touch. Something happening inside your cat's body on a biological level, the longer the temperature around them goes unmanaged. Set the temperature before you leave. Most owners think temperature is about whether their cat feels hot or cold. It goes much deeper than that. A cat's thermoregulation system is directly linked to their stress response. When ambient temperature drops below or rises above their comfort zone, roughly 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, their body enters a mild physiological stress state even during rest. A study in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior confirmed that cats in thermally stable environments showed lower baseline heart rates and fewer anxiety behaviors during owner absence. Your cat cannot adjust the thermostat. Whatever you leave behind is what they live in for hours. Set it deliberately. But here's what temperature alone cannot fix. There's something happening in the sound environment of your home right now that's triggering your cat hundreds of times a day without you ever knowing. Consider an air purifier with gentle white noise. Your home is loud, even when you think it's quiet. Pipes, neighbors, traffic, sudden sounds. Every unexpected noise triggers a low-level alert in your cat's auditory system. And with 32 muscles per ear, that system never fully switches off. Researchers studying feline auditory stress found that consistent, gentle background sound masks unpredictable environmental noise, reducing alert responses per hour dramatically. Fewer alerts means lower cumulative stress across an entire day. An air purifier costs almost nothing to run, but the neurological calm it builds in your cat compounds every single day you're gone. And here's what compounds even faster than sound. Something you either do or don't do in the first 10 minutes of every single morning. Build a 10-minute morning ritual with your cat before any departure. Be honest. Do you have a real morning ritual with your cat? Or do you just exist near each other until you leave? There's a difference, and your cat's nervous system knows exactly which one it is. Researchers studying feline-human bonding found that cats whose owners engaged in consistent, intentional morning interaction showed measurably lower separation anxiety markers throughout the entire day. That 10 minutes isn't just bonding, it's neurological preparation. It tells your cat's brain, today is safe, this human is calm, the world is predictable. You're essentially vaccinating your cat against departure stress before it even begins. But even the most perfect morning ritual leaves one gap, and it's hidden inside the one place your cat goes when everything feels like too much. Leave a worn sock inside your cat's favorite hiding spot. Your cat has a hiding spot. Under the bed, behind the sofa, inside a closet. That spot is their psychological last resort, the place they retreat to when the world feels too big and too loud. Now imagine that spot already carrying your scent when they arrive there at their most stressed. A study from the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery found that scent-enriched hiding spaces reduced the duration of stress hiding episodes in cats by nearly half. Your cat retreats and finds you there, not visually, not audibly, but chemically, and their nervous system exhales. One sock, their most private space, the most powerful message on this entire list. Even in your safest place, I am with you. But here's what no scent in the world can protect your cat from: a signal you send completely by accident, days before you even leave. Never let your cat watch you pack a bag. You probably think packing a suitcase is something only you notice. Your cat notices it before you even open the zipper. Researchers studying pre-departure anxiety in cats found that cats exposed to packing behavior showed elevated stress indicators: hiding, excessive grooming, loss of appetite, up to 24 hours before the actual departure. Your suitcase isn't just luggage to your cat. It's a signal, a warning, and once that signal fires, their nervous system enters a prolonged stress state that no amount of treats or toys can fully reverse. The fix? Pack in a room your cat doesn't frequent, or pack days in advance so the suitcase loses its meaning. One small change in your routine protects hours of calm in theirs. But here's what's even more alarming. While you've been focused on what happens when you leave, there's one silent moment happening inside your cat's body that almost no owner ever catches in time. Learn to read the one signal your cat sends right before they shut down. Be honest. Do you know what your cat looks like right before they stop coping? Most owners don't, because it doesn't look like distress. It looks like stillness. A cat that has stopped vocalizing, stopped moving, stopped engaging, sitting in one spot, eyes half open, completely unresponsive to their environment. Veterinary behaviorists call this learned helplessness, and it's not calm. It's a cat whose nervous system has given up trying to signal for help. A 2020 review in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior identified this shutdown state as one of the most commonly misread feline stress responses by owners. You think your cat is relaxed? They are not. They are exhausted from anxiety. Learning to recognize this one signal before it becomes chronic could be the most important thing you ever do for your cat's mental health. But here's the hardest truth of this entire video, and it has nothing to do with what your cat does. It has everything to do with what you choose to do next. Understand, that separation isn't something your cat gets used to. Here's the final truth most cat content will never tell you. Separation anxiety in cats doesn't fade with time. It transforms, either into chronic stress or into deep, unshakable trust, depending entirely on what you do consistently. A landmark study tracking feline attachment patterns found that cats with attentive, ritualized owners developed secure attachment that made them more independent, not less. They explored more freely. They rested deeper. They recovered faster from anything life threw at them. But cats with inconsistent owners developed anxious attachment that worsened with age. Every single thing on this list is one brick in a wall of trust your cat is either building or not building right now. The question was never whether your cat misses you when you leave. They do. Every single time. The only question is, do they trust that you're coming back? Drop your number in the comments. Share this with one cat owner who needs to hear it. Your cat is waiting. Now be honest with yourself. Out of everything you just watched, how many of these are you actually doing for your cat right now? Not planning to do, not used to do, actually doing today. Drop your number in the comments. 20 out of 20? Your cat is one of the luckiest animals alive. 10 or above. You're a better owner than most, but there's still room. Below 5? Your cat has been dealing with something you didn't even know was happening. Whatever your number is, drop it below. Because here's what I've noticed. The owners who comment their score, they're the ones who actually go back and fix it, and your cat is worth that.